Shades of Vengeance presents Stiletto Unit 447 CE, a continuation of the story of the Consortium. After a fairly uneventful flight, apart from Bonsai punching the walls a few times of the shuttle while he's not enjoying being confined, you guys arrive back at Lugus, where you are hoping to have a conversation with Ixotixel in the wake of your successful mission. Your gizmo was plugged into the database for a sufficient length of time, and you were able to gather a fair amount of data from the CNC Colonization and Construction database in the CEO's office on Britannia. So as you land, the normal crew, you've got a couple of guys who deal with logistics around your base, and the normal crew greet you. They stow the shuttle. They do note that it's not the shuttle you left with, but they don't really, barring the kind of sort of the obvious digs. When Bonsai walks out looking like. They kind of back off and don't make too many jokes to you guys. You guys are now back at the base. So what would you like to do?
Would it be best to go directly to Ixotixel, basically?
That's really up to you. You can go directly to Ixotixel.
That's what I'm asking the group. Do you think we should go straight there, or do you think we should
catch
up a bit
find
more?
a collector.
Oh yeah, Bonsai needs a new collector.
Does any old collector work? Don't they need some kind of medical modification? How are you feeling, Katal? You feeling up to that? Experimental technology?
I could certainly give it a go.
Experimental technology that probably doesn't know a massive amount about. You might need to ask Ixotixel actually to unlock Bonsai's confidential files so you can look at what was done. Because the doctor that did it probably kept some good notes. It being an experimental procedure and so on. Actually, it is off leading another branch of the Resistance.
I was going to say, I thought this was done to me as a horrible experiment, or this what patched me up.
This is the one who patched you up that I'm talking about. They're going to go on to lead another branch of the Resistance, which has philosophical differences. Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
Debrief? Okay.
Is there anyone to pickpocket on the way past?
Really? You want to pickpocket
roll me an
your fellow
intelligence
comrades?
larceny.
Larceny.
7 total.
One, two, three, four, 5 successes.
There are many people you could pickpocket. All of them would know you were trying to because all of them know who you are.
Yeah, so I wouldn't advise that.
I want to know if the security office has a picture of her and just like, don't arrest.
Have you seen this person?
Check your pockets. Do not be seduced.
You guys are going to head to Ixotixel then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will find Ixotixel at his desk doing paperwork.
Hello.
I'm going to drop the Wellington boot on his desk.
Chunk.
I'm holding a big jar of brown sauce and one of those twisty straws.
You mostly eat through your tendrils rather than through
I still got a twisty straw.
You have a twisty straw that your tendril sticks in the end of. Sucks very hard to pull up the
twisty tendril.
Oh, okay.
A big jar of brown sauce.
Fair enough. Ixotixel is going to look up at you. Welcome back. How did it go?
It was a success.
Excellent. Well done.
I get the gizmo.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, it says it's 80% full. Well, that's not bad. That's actually better than I expected.
Yeah, we tried what we could, so...
Yeah, well, no, that's a good job. I mean, our data crunchers can go through this and figure out what's going on. So, any additional info? I mean, obviously, this gizmo picked up everything it could off CNC. Is there anything else you want to share now that you're home?
Slurp. We might have caused a conspiracy theory to exist or two. And back to drinking.
Wait, what?
Hell, what was it? Something about the consortium killing people, empty ships. We probably don't need to worry about it.
I did note from the telemetry of your shuttle as it left Britannia that it was going in a slightly unusual direction. Did you go on a detour? You've taken a very long time to get back.
Yeah, our ship got stolen. That was it.
Yeah, because somebody forgot to lock it.
Just looks away.
Sorry.
I think we crashed
Your enhanced ship, which represented the vast majority of our funds for this month, got stolen.
Unfortunately, yeah. By some old fumbling idiot, let's just say.
I see. And what did you get back in then?
We borrowed a ship.
We borrow another shuttle.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for your reports for the specifics on your mission.
Though we did met another agent there.
Excuse me?
We met another agent there that was disguising herself as a receptionist there. She said that we needed a password. You didn't give us one. What
There
gives?
wasn't a password.
Well, from another section of the Resistance, apparently there was. Because... Oh, were you even ordered to do this?
Unit commanders in general aren't ordered to do anything. We act as we see fit. What are you talking about?
I think she was waiting for Scimitar unit.
Yeah.
Scimitar unit? They're out in encounters. Why would she be waiting for Scimitar unit?
She just said you're a crackpot, and that this is another one of your examples of just going off the deep end, and something about early retirement for you. I stopped paying attention.
I see. And what did she identify herself as?
No, we didn't even get
You
her
didn't
name,
ask.
unfortunately. Yeah,
Lexi, she was one of you squid people. Did you recognize her?
I didn't recognize her at all. She was definitely different than me, that's for sure. So she was very pissed.
Okay, well, that's interesting because as far as I'm aware, we don't have anyone on Britannia right now. Certainly not as the receptionist to the CEO.
She's working undercover, that's probably why.
Yeah, but I really ought to know about that.
I knew I should have killed her.
Why do you think they didn't tell you in the first place?
Well, there are two obvious possibilities, really. One, they didn't tell me in the first place because what she's saying is entirely true and they think I'm a crackpot and they're planning early retirement for me. Me, who ran the most successful unit in the history of the Resistance. Or alternatively, she's not actually a member of the Resistance. She was totally lying all along, and she's actually an operative for one of the big seven. You didn't give her any information about what you were doing, did you?
I wanted to kill her.
I'm going to
No.
take your silence as a yes. You told her absolutely everything. Am I close?
Well, I'm not aware of what we just said, so...
I thought we left her alone with you.
yeah, and she
she was
asked me to
unconscious
put
at
her
that point.
unconscious.
Yes, what did you tell her before she was unconscious?
I don't remember.
Well, I guess it can't have been that important then, can it?
But all we know is that, well, all I know is that when she was like looking at us, she was absolutely pissed off
Why?
because we actually set off the alarm when we put the gizmo in. And she actually stopped that.
Okay, well, let's hope that she's correct and that she's actually an ally, because otherwise I really don't know what to do about this. I don't know about you guys. I mean, if she's an agent, it's possible that we've ducked a bullet. Wow, that's a bit worrying, I'll be honest.
I suggest we all get carefully examined, probed, make sure we're not carrying any listening devices or anything else that could be revealing where we are or that we've been brainwashed.
I think that's an excellent idea. Why don't you all go and submit for medical examination? Qatar, one of your deputies on base staff will handle the examination of you. So, is there anything else you'd like to discuss before you go for? In fact, go for medical examination, because I don't really want to discuss too much more in front of a potential listening device. Yeah, I think that's probably more sensible, isn't it?
Most likely, if it is possible. But we probably said a bit too much anyway, so...
Okay, so Katal, I would like you to roll me an intelligence medicine.
Medicine is 5.
But you will not get expert field medic for this. And I would like you to roll 1 for each character except for yourself, and I will roll for your deputy, who will be... you'll get to roll an instruction for him. Or her.
Okay.
In fact, your deputy is named Dederix, who is a Zimian brain female. Was trained by you and is going to conduct the examination of you. I'll let you instruct her. So, how are you doing on those successes?
For Bonsai, I got 4. For Relief Felicity, I got 4. 4 again.
4 for Nara, right. And intelligence instruction, I think.
Yep. That is a moderate fumble.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
3 ones, not much I can do.
Despite your moderate fumble, she got 5 successes. She's like, no, Katal, just sit down, just lie back, don't do anything. But because you moved, you're going to take 1 health damage, so you're going to have 1 health damage for a bit. Because of moving in the middle of trying to scan you. But she says, no, hold still, and she scans you properly and sort of extracts some blood and so on. So there is no evidence of nanites, there is no evidence of technological listening devices, there is no evidence of biological technology such as the Zimians use. As far as you can tell, as far as resistance medical science can be sure, you have no listening devices implanted in you.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Best guess.
No tracking?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
So, in other words, we're in the clear.
Looks that way. That way.
Hypnotized. Anyone else hearing voices?
I think that's the lack of a collector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the lack of a collector. Right. While you have him in the medical bay, Katal, would you like to attempt to graft a new collector onto him?
I'm not sure if it's best to do it now or try and get the files from Tixel, see if there's anything I can learn from them first.
No work, no play makes Bonsai dull boy.
Wait. No work and no play now.
Yeah, things are getting worse. Maybe I should do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the sooner the better. Otherwise, who knows what's going to happen.
Okay, could you roll me an intelligence and medicine, please? Your threshold is going to be 9s because you're pretty much guessing.
Okay. That is 1 success.
You don't kill him.
Okay, Bonsai, you now have a new collector. What this collector does is it does not remove your half charisma penalty, but it removes the rest when you have it connected. Okay? So you are still not overly charismatic, but you are definitely more intelligent. You lose the willpower bonus, from being completely logical. And so on. So the quirk thing stays entirely identical with the exception of the charisma, and you're permanently at half charisma. Because the graft wasn't perfect. He did the best he could.
My charisma can never be fixed anyways.
So, what do you guys want to do now? I mean, you can go and talk to Ixotixel some more, but other than that, you're just going to have to wait until the data crackers get through whatever it is that they need to find out what's on the drive.
How long will that take then?
It's impossible to say.
Okay. So it might take a couple of days then, possibly.
Could take days, could take weeks.
Yeah, I got a question. If they found my old collector sometime, would they be able to discover or learn anything new from it? Or would they just be like, someone's like a sadist and done horrible things to this little collector?
They would probably assume that someone's done horrible things to the collector.
And no resistance secrets are revealed.
It doesn't know any. And in order to even get access to that brain matter, which, don't forget, has been reclaimed by the collector because it's acting independently, so if there was any information left, they would have to maim another Valithi in the same way exactly the same way they maimed you, so that it would be properly compatible. They'd probably just chuck it away.
Oh no. So
Probably just kill it and throw it out the airlock. Anyway. So what would you guys like to do now that you're at your home base?
I guess practice shooting or something like that. Is there a shooting range or something
Well,
like that?
actually, it's funny you should say that because I was going to let you level up.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm going to allow you to level up, I think. Because you did complete the mission successfully against all odds. So yes, I will allow you to do that. So what you get when you level up is you get 1 additional attribute point, 2 additional skill points, and you will not get an additional specialty in this case.
So the attributes are the ones on the left, aren't they?
Attributes are the ones on the left, skills are the ones on the right. No, if you put another one in dexterity, you would still have 2 dexterity total. You'd have to put 2 more in, 1 and then the 5th one. You'd have to get 5 to have 3 dexterity.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing about being half dexterity, isn't it?
I've allocated mine.
What are you doing?
Intelligence is up 1.
Okay.
And seduction's up 1.
Okay. Intelligence and seduction. Not perhaps very surprising for Nara Sobek.
I'm just looking on my character sheet and I have like a brackets one. Was that an extra attribute that I had, or?
I believe. Is that willpower?
By the willpower, yeah. I think I wanted to enhance willpower.
Yes,
or
you
something
did.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's why I put it next to willpower because you said willpower.
Yeah. So the willpower is now 5. I think one in computer and one in medical.
Katal, what are you leveling up?
Okay, for my attribute, I've had the 1 point in strength stored, so I've boosted that.
Okay. So now it's 5 halved. Okay.
And 1 into melee and 1 into pilot.
Even though you didn't use any melee at all in the last mission.
No, but I could actually grab melee weapons this time for our next mission.
You could. You could. And maybe they wouldn't
Good
blow up
thinking.
quite so much. George, have you chosen what you're doing?
Yeah, I really liked it when they touched me with the rubber gloves, so I'm getting the displacement device.
I was more talking about the attributes and skills, but you also do have enough stamina to get another one, so you can get the displacement device.
I learned one important thing in this mission. I took pilot twice.
2 pilot. Okay.
And-
Why was that an important thing to learn out of interest? Because you have a pilot. In fairness, he was understandably confused at the time, and disoriented due to, Nara being wrong. Both answers are correct, Robert.
What was it you were talking about Esteem or something? What does Esteem do again?
Esteem is your standing within an organization and how well they respect you. So your esteem would be esteem for the resistance, unless you get the specialty which is called Faker, in which case you can pretend to be a high-ranking person from another organization. But you need to have 3 skill in that in order to get that specialty.
I'm just going to take both pilots. I got Jack of all trades, so if I really kind of need something else in hard time, I'll bluff through with that.
Okay.
I haven't tried them yet. It's going to be a humanoid.
Okay. Humanoid. So, now that you've all leveled up, here's a summary. Bonsai, you have increased your intelligence by 1 and your pilot by 2. So, now that you guys have all leveled up, I'm just going to go through and summarize for the people at home. So, Bonsai, you have upgraded your intelligence by 1 to a total of 3. You've upgraded your pilot by 2 to a total of 2. And you have gained a new implant, the displacement device, which allows you to project a holographic version of yourself, which can distract or cause enemies to attack the wrong enemy. Well, the wrong target.
Shows me flexing. Like Arnold.
Reluflissi, you have increased your willpower by 1, and you have increased your medicine by 1 and your computer by 1.
Yep.
In order to better serve the needs of the team, I believe.
Yes.
Nara, you have increased your seduction by 1, surprisingly, and your intelligence by 1, slightly more surprisingly, because you could have increased your charisma by 1 and you didn't.
Well, reading those books by Rasputin.
And finally, Katal, you have increased your strength by 1, bringing it to a total of 5 in there, but because of being a brain, total of 3. And your pilot by 1 to a total of 3. And also you've increased your melee by 1 to a total of 4. The players were George as Bonsai, Katie as Reluflissi, Rena as Nara Sobek, and Robert as Katal. The GM was Ed Jowett. Era the Consortium was created by Ed Jowett and is copyright Shades of Vengeance Limited. We'll be back with another episode before long, but if you'd like to find out more, please visit our website, www.shadesofvengeance.com.